Good evening, guys, and happy, what is today? Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. So my dad ended up getting back later than what he initially had told me, even though it was still earlier than what my mom figured he was going to be back. But I think I was telling you guys yesterday that my dad, he ended up going to like a football coaches clinic type thing. And when he ended up, like he was gone Friday night into today. And so he originally told me, like, I think they held it at like University of Illinois possibly or something like that, but like it's still a pretty decent-ish drive from here, like, you know, again, a few hours maybe. And so though he told me, he was like, oh, I should be home around noon or something like that. And I was like, so you're telling me that, you know, because they were supposed to have this stuff on Friday night and on Saturday morning. And I was like, so if it's a few hour drive, I was like, you're definitely not going to be home at noon, because when would they do it? Like at like 6 a.m. until like, you know, 8 or something like that, you know? So like for them to have gotten home at like that time. So no, I think they finished maybe around noon or something like that, and he got home around 3 or 4 o'clock or something. I was telling you guys that originally he told me we were gonna go to like Jewel today, because one, I didn't want to go in the evening, and also like it gets busier on the weekends, especially like in the more afternoon, like later morning afternoons, and even into the evening. So I was like, I don't want to try and go then and then, you know, end up like it just taking a really long time because the aisles are all packed or checkout takes forever or whatever. So again, we'd planned on possibly going today. And then I told you guys too that he might just go to Tony's and Caputo's, but when he came back, he actually ended up getting a few things done. Like the ceiling fan in Jack's room is like a fan. It's like a, you know, fan and light. And the light part has been up, but they never put the blades back on the fan, or like the cover for the light. So I think that is now all put together. It was sitting in a box in like outside, I think in the garage. And so they just found it, and then Jack wiped it all down, and then they hung it up. That got done, but he didn't end up going to the grocery stores. And I hadn't really planned on it, but I told you guys that there was a chance we were gonna go. The plan is to go tomorrow. So we're gonna go to Jewel and Aldi and I think Menards tomorrow. But again, I should have those hauls for you guys tomorrow. Also guys, can you tell my nose is all stuffed up? I go through, and Jack has been kind of the same way. I don't know if his nose has been bad, but he says that he's just had like having to clear his throat like constantly right now, and I've been feeling that way. But I go from, at some points right now my nose is all stuffed up and it sounds like you know, like I've got like a cold or like allergies or something. But I've been going through it, especially like this last like week or two, which is like around when Jack has said this as well, where all of a sudden my nose is like stuffed up, or it's like dry, like completely dry. And you know, like, and I haven't taken any like allergy medicine or anything like that, but I'm assuming that that's probably what it is, because we've been having really, really warm weather right now. But I go through these like periods of time just throughout the day where like my nose is all of a sudden like running, or like not even running, but it's just all like clogged up. And then I will go through another point in the day where it is just like completely dry, and like my throat has been really dry too, or else it feels like I can't clear it out, like, you know. So Jack has been the exact same way, and again, I think that it is allergies, because like I said, this last, you know, like we've had like, it was 50 degrees or whatever like throughout this week. So I think now that everything is thawing, and you know, all of the, you know, just like outside it's just the weather change too. I always go through this whenever there is like a drastic weather change, either being really cold or really hot, you know, to like really cold to really hot, or really hot to really cold, and not like insanely, but again too, like literally just a few weeks ago it was like, you know, like I don't even know, like 9 degrees, and now all of a sudden it's been in the 50s. Like that is pretty drastic. And so I've been, you know, I think it's just the allergies and just the weather change. It always messes me up, and I have been going through it this last like probably week. But today, again, I don't know if you guys can tell, like my nose, I sound all stuffed up right now. And like, but earlier when I was like right before I was eating dinner, I was like, my throat was just so like, it felt so dry, but not like a sore throat. It was just dry. Like, and I felt like I couldn't drink enough water to like get it to stop being dry. And Jax says the same thing, but for him it's normally in the morning, like when he first wakes up. And a lot of times that's the same for me, but like it's been happening throughout the day too, like where all of a sudden I just like my throat is super dry, and then all of a sudden I'm all like clogged up, and my like throat is all like clogged up too, and like I just can't clear it out, and my nose too is like all stuffed up. And the worst though is when it feels like it's dry and stuffed up at the same time. Like that is the absolute worst. Nice thing is that we have had nice weather, and it's supposed to continue to be pretty nice weather, which I am all for. I am happy about that. I am happy for the nice warm weather and all of that. It's just whenever we go from that transition is normally I feel pretty crummy and am not, you know, like I said, just not doing the best during that time. But I love that we are getting warm weather. I'm so excited for it. My mom actually, which we might be a little bit behind right now, but my mom just ended up getting some spring seeds to start. I know some people start certain seeds like even earlier, like some people start them like February and stuff like that. Certain ones, some though, especially really fast germinating seeds or ones that are like more directly sowed into the ground type thing, you can start those like maybe again too, if you want to start them early, you can do it like within like a month of when you're really going to plant them. And normally we've been planting around, I think, May, I want to say, because we took advice from my aunt and uncle who said they normally do it over Mother's Day weekend, and so we tried it last year and we were good, but we were also lucky too because it was so like warm so early last year, and it looks like it's kind of similar this year as well. Like we're already getting warm weather, which again too doesn't necessarily indicate all of that much because it might be like that now, but then you know, again too, in April it could be, you know, like 30 degrees and snowing still in April, but then, you know, like May might even have some days where it's below freezing. And then if we plant the garden, you know, like you don't ever want to plant it too early. So, but like last year we were good with when we planted it, and again too, we might end up possibly trying to do that again this year as well. You could plant some things that take a little bit longer to grow inside. And like I said, I heard some, it was funny when we were at, this was like a while ago. And like it's always stuck with me though. We were at the like dollar store, and I remember vegetable seeds that they were selling there. And I remember overhearing this one person talking about how they were starting their seeds like in February. And I was like, that seems so early. Cause like I think at that point in the, like that year, it was like still snow on the ground, and I was like, how could you be starting your seeds now? Like how can you even think about gardening? Like there's still snow on the ground, but like you do, like if you want to start a vegetable garden early, you got to have, you know, that stuff started early. That's why again too, like I like don't even think about some of those things that you can start early to try and get plants from earlier in the season. And you know, even things like broccoli, like we had success surprisingly this last year with broccoli, but like broccoli is one of those things that we've never tried to grow it from seed, but like if you did, those are one of the things where you can start those earlier, like in like probably February or whatever, and then transplant them into your garden in, you know, again like May or something like that, and get an early crop. And then there's also things that just do well in like colder weather too, like kale is one that's really good, like either in spring or like late fall you can plant kale, and it actually likes the cold. So it's one of those ones that, depending on again to the variety, but a lot of them are kind of do not better, but they, you know, will thrive in cooler conditions, which is good. So you know, there's a lot to think about, and like I haven't even really started thinking about it, but mom already got seeds. So anyways, though, I will have a jewel haul for you guys tomorrow. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.